You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey Days fans, so we got to talk about some big shakeups coming in the romantic lives of the DiMera brothers, EJ, Stefan, and Chad, because all their lives are about to go off the rails. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's dive into whether a DiMera disaster is looming for these brothers when the women in their lives wreak havoc as couple swaps trigger anger, jealousy, and frustration on the NBC soap. First, we gotta talk about Stefan DiMera and his very angry, estranged wife, Gabi Hernandez. So thanks to her psycho assistant, Connie, Gabi found out Stefan really did sleep with Ava Vitali. And, them working together was this demand from Clyde Weston. He was blackmailing them. And to be fair, Stefan's motivation was always to keep Gabi safe. So he had the best intentions, but we all know that saying, that's what the road to hell is paved with. And, he made a bad choice. Connie wants Gabi miserable. So she revealed Stefan's infidelity and also told her boss that she should hop in somebody else's bed for payback. So Gabi decided to slither into EJ's sheets because she knew that would really hurt Stefan. Later this week, Gabi's hubby busts into EJ's room and finds them barely dressed after their night of hate nookie. It is very clear what they were doing. And Stefan punches EJ after Gabi confirms she had a great night doing dirty things with his big brother. And of course, this thing with Gabi and EJ, absolutely, it could be a one-night stand just to infuriate Stefan. However, it seems that EJ and Gabi really enjoyed their role in the hay, and the spoilers say they have to agree about this thing between them. So it could be an ongoing issue, even though they despise each other. But in a way, the hatred makes it hotter. So EJ and Gabi may remain a couple, not a romantic couple, like two people falling in love, more like two angry people addicted to taking out their frustrations in the bedroom. But you never know. EJ and Gabi could eventually start falling for each other, given enough time, given enough, breadth on the show. So we'll see. The question would be then, where does that leave Stefan? Well, that's the second couple shakeup I want to talk about. He is going to be furious, and especially furious if Gabi keeps spending nights in EJ's bed and throwing it in his face. And of course, the logical person for Stefan to go vent to is Ava Vitali. And Stefan might be so angry that he falls back into bed with Ava for revenge on Gabi sleeping with EJ, and that would be a messy full circle, right? However, I think Ava would be willing to do it because she's really mad that Gabi forced Kristen to fire her. And at this point, since it's all out in the open, why should Ava care? And she and Stefan had a great night together, so it could definitely happen again, and that means there's a chance that Stefan and Ava could stick together as a couple, especially if Gabi won't stay away from EJ, and then Gabi and Stefan move forward with their divorce, which I'm sure will be acrimonious. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gabi and Stefan keep punishing each other by sleeping with Ava and EJ, and it turns into two new couples, even if it's not a big love affair for either of them, and it's more just of a revenge kind of thing that's really hot. In the end, I will say, I hope Stefan finds his way back to Gabi and they get a happily ever after, because I do like Stabby as a pair, but for now, it looks like it's going to fall apart. And so those are two couple shakeups to look forward to. Now let's talk about the third DiMera brother and all the messiness going on in his life right now. So Chad DiMera is completely convinced at the moment that his dead wife, Abby, is back, but she's not. He's got fake Abby, real name Marin, as far as we know. She and Mark Green are targeting Chad, and at this point, it certainly looks like fake Abby needs to find something in the DiMera mansion, and that's why she insisted that she stayed there. However, to keep Chad hooked on the line, Fabby, that's what I call fake Abby, is going to have to stay close to him. And unless the real Abigail is actually alive somewhere, and there's no clue yet that she is. Chad is still a widow. He just doesn't know it yet. But I wonder if somewhere during this con that Fabi is running, that she starts to catch some real feelings for Chad. But it's not clear if Mark Green hired Marin for this job or if she's got a personal stake in this scam. We have not heard Mark or his siblings, Felicity and Aaron, mention a sister. But when Fabi met up with Mark in the park, they did share a quick hug. However, to me, it didn't look romantic. So I think it's wide open. I'm not convinced they are romantic partners. I'm sure we'll find out more soon. So obviously, when Chad finds out he's been lied to and Fabi is really this Marin woman and not his dead wife, he's going to be angry. He's going to be devastated. But, there's a chance Chad could fall for her after spending so much time with this con artist who's pretending to be his wife. I mean, she's gorgeous, and we know Chad never got over losing Abby. That's what messed up his relationship with Stephanie Johnson. She loved Chad. She loved the kids, but Chad wasn't ready to commit because he was still processing his grief. But he's gonna open up his heart to Fabi because he thinks that's his dead wife, and he has no idea she's lying to his face. And of course, Chad may question her amnesia in the weird way that some of her memories are coming back, and in that case, Fabi might have to convince Chad that even though she doesn't remember him really, she's falling for him, blah, blah, whatever she needs to do to carry out this plot that she's cooked up with the doctor. By the time that Chad starts to realize that Fabi may not be who she says she is, he might already have feelings for her, no matter who she is. And she might have some feelings for him. Of course, we have to see exactly what Marin's relationship is with Mark before we know whether there's any chance for romance between Chad and this woman who's pretending to be his wife. And yeah, it would absolutely be totally twisted for Chad to fall for Fabi, but it is Days of Our Lives, and twisted is pretty much an everyday thing in Salem. I do think if there is potential for Chad and Marin, it'll be a slow burn. AnnaLynne McCord is on contract for a year. We don't know if they have decided to renew her. I'm trying to think because they shoot 7 months ahead and she's been on. They should be close to whatever her contract renewal date is. No word. If they've renewed, they may not even tell us. But even so, I don't expect fireworks for Chad and Fabi anytime soon. However, with Chad's brothers, Stefan and EJ, I think it's going to be a bonfire instead of a slow burn, and their lives are going to blow up as Gabi and Ava tangle with them both. We'll just have to see what spoilers unfold in the weeks ahead, but I really like the surprising twist of Gabi with EJ, and I do expect Stefan and Ava to cross lines again, maybe pretty soon. That's what I'm expecting. We'll see how the spoilers come out. Be sure and drop your comments on who you want to see the three DiMera's brothers romancing. Who do you want with Chad? Who do you want with EJ? Who do you want with Stefan? And definitely please subscribe if you're not following us, and come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt talking Days of Our Lives with you 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.